Hey everybody, you ready for a declutter video? You ready for a tag video? Well, you're gonna love this. I got the best of both worlds for you. This is the Makeup Declutter tag, and this was originated by Ava Tews. So I'm gonna link her video down below. She came up with 10 questions, and this is as far as she could figure her original thing, and I have seen a couple people do it based on hers, but as far as I know, this one, all credit goes to her. So that will be included below, as well as the list of the 10 things that she came up with. Now, a few people that have done this have done it kind of in a different style where they're not necessarily actually decluttering the items that they're talking about, but they're still answering the questions. And that's kind of what I'm going to do too. Some things are decluttered, some things aren't. But I figured I'd go through because this was a really fun tag video and I wanted to do it. So without further ado, this should be short and sweet. Hopefully I can stay on the rails today, and we're going to jump right in. So the first prompt that she gave is makeup item that is impractical. Now for me, this would be the BH Cosmetics Naughty Palette, and this was the 2020 Christmas release, if I'm getting my years right here. And it's gorgeous and I love it, but the reason that it's impractical is because it's bigger than any other palette I have and doesn't fit in any of my drawers with any of my other makeup. So that makes it a tad impractical. What can you do? The next prompt is a mascara that is definitely expired. On a good day, that's pretty much every mascara that I have open. So I'm kind of bending the rules a little bit on this one because I've told you a bunch of times the Lancome Sills Booster is my absolute holy grail, always have it. Pretty sure this is expired, and now it's also drying out. I'm out of product. What is a little left in there is drying out. So this is a technical declutter. I'm going to get rid of this one, and it is for your eyelashes, so I figured I was kind of within the realm still of what I should be doing. So there's that one. The next one, killing me here with these, a red lipstick you never wear. Well, I have one of those. I have the Too Faced Melted Matte Liquid Lip in Candy Cane. I don't use it. I don't like it. So my bright idea was that I was going to throw it in musical panning, the project that I'm doing for that. So that's where this is. And I've actually used it twice, which is probably more than I would have if I hadn't thrown it in the project. But yeah, if you've seen my update, you know that I don't love it. And I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it in for as long as I can. But that may be a declutter item coming up too. Okay, so fourth prompt, and a high-end item not worth the money. Two things with this. One, it's mid-range. It's not like luxury. And two, it's not worth the money to me. And that is the Laura Mercier Translucent. Yeah, just translucent loose setting powder in translucent because this. And I did it where I got the puff with it, which is great, except for this thing is completely impractical for me. And when I first started wearing makeup 100 years ago, loose powder came with a puff, and that's how we put it on. So it's not that I don't know how to use a puff, because quite frankly, it's something that I have done and did for years and years. I actually just prefer a brush. I have enough experience to make that statement and feel fairly confident in it. So everyone always said, well, if you're going to do this, get the special thing, because it was the holiday special for Sephora's last sale, and make sure you get the puff with it because it's such a better way to apply it. I actually don't like it applied that way, but the powder's lovely. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it, but there is also absolutely nothing wrong with my e.l.f. powder. And I have always, and probably am always, unfortunately, no matter how many I try, going to be partial to the IT Cosmetics powder, both loose and pressed. They're just so finely milled that I really do enjoy them a lot. And the closest thing that I found to that is the e.l.f., I think it's the e.l.f. HD powder. So for me, do I have it? Will I use it? Yeah. I'm not going to declutter it. I'll use it all up too because it's a fine color. It works just fine. It's just not necessarily something that I would ever consider repurchasing. In that regard, it's not worth the money. Okay. Number 5, a drugstore dud. I'm going to have to pop a picture in here because I don't have one because honestly they irritate me so much that I keep throwing them away. And oh, you guys are going to hate this one. Lash Princess. I have not yet found one that works for me, and I've tried 3 or 4 different ones, and quite frankly, they're all duds for me. So I have decluttered that already. Mascara is one of those things that I don't ever want it to be running down and transferring and flaking and all of that. So if it ever does that, no matter what it is, it's just gone. So I don't actually still have that in my collection. All right, an eyeshadow palette I forgot I had. I have a Buxom palette, and this is actually a couple years old. What is this one? Oh, this is the May Contain Nudity eyeshadow palette, and this actually has some really great colors in it, and I do like it. Oh, let's see if I can do this without blinding people. I love it. The colors are great. They're incredibly neutral. They're perfect for my skin tone. There's nothing wrong with this palette. I got it. This would be at the end of 2019, so it's not even a year and a half old. Wait, 19, 20, no, end of, okay, see, I'm doing it again with the years. So the BH palette was December 2020, so that must mean this was too. Anyway, I just keep forgetting I have it because for some reason it's in a different drawer and I don't know why. Plus it's all neutrals, which isn't something that I go for a ton. Even today with the more subdued look, it's still not just all browns and neutrals. So this one I keep forgetting I have it. It's a little bit clunky and it just isn't with all my other stuff. So there's that one. All right, the 7th one is a foundation that is not your shade match. Well, I had a sample of the Tarte, the C Hydroflex, whatever it's called. I'll try and pop a picture of that up too. I had gotten a smaller size of it as some kind of a freebie bonus trial. I don't know what I got it as. And it was too dark for me. So it's next door at my mom's house because she's darker than me. So I don't actually have that either anymore. I try not to keep foundations that don't match me. I'm pretty good about getting the right shade as long as I stay away from anything that is a warm undertone. And honestly, I have to be careful with some neutrals. A lot of times, if it's light enough, even if it is a little bit of a yellowy neutral, I can still pull it off. But this one was literally just shades too dark. My mom is a beige, I'm a ivory. I mean, that's kind of standard how we've always done it for 100 years with our skin tones. And so that one went to her right away. So it's next door in her bathroom. Okay. Oh, I really shouldn't have done this tag. I'm going to get in so much trouble for saying these things. A product that was not worth the hype. I'd never tried Urban Decay's All Nighter before. So I've got this little bottle of it, and I thought, well, everybody raves about it. I mean, this is a holy grail product. Everybody loves this thing. And it's fine. It's not bad, but it's not doing anything different than my Morphe Continuous Mist Setting Spray. And I really wish that I could find something to replace that because I'm just not a huge Morphe fan. But it's the Continuous Mist, and that's actually always held my makeup perfectly well. So like this isn't doing anything better than that has done for me. And I like the sprayer better. I like the Continuous Mist. It's more fine and I don't get splotches and it's easier for me to distribute essentially. So I kind of think this isn't really worth the hype for the price compared to what I pay for that. Definitely not worth it. Yeah, I know. The few subscribers I have probably unsubscribed at this point. I get it. I hear you. Okay, concealer that you couldn't make work. This would be in Deck of Panning. This is the Bye Bye Under Eye Illumination, and it is in light. So it's not a color thing, because it is actually a little bit lighter than my skin tone, which is impressive, all things considered. But concealer is my enemy and my nemesis, and I have 2 of everything I've ever tried, 2 that I actually like, and they're complete opposites of each other. So anything in between is just kind of not great for me. I mean, it doesn't matter if I set it, if I don't set it. I have too many fine lines. I have too many dynamic lines. It just really, concealer is the bane of my existence. Kind of just is what it is. And I do use a color corrector under foundation, and then when I do conceal, I can't go up by my eyes. I actually have to come down where a lot of the dark circles are. And my dark circles really are so bad that without makeup, especially if I get a migraine, my mom has walked in, looked at me and said, Oh my God, how'd you get a black eye? She lives a few feet from me. She sees me every day. So obviously I hadn't gotten a black eye. They just get that bad, and because I'm so fair, it's so obvious and looks like bruising. So color corrector is my friend. Concealer, not so much. But Decapanning, working on it. I mean, it's getting there, kind of. It's over half gone. Hopefully I can use more of it. It's also old, so at some point that may end up in the declutter pile too. What can you do? Okay, the final question is, if you had to start one makeup category from scratch, what would it be? And Ava said when she did this, this was her hypothetical. Well, okay, I've already explained I hate concealer. So that's a gimme. That could go and I wouldn't care. There's a few things that, quite frankly, I don't really need in my life. I don't need a lot of cream products. I'm not big on cream blush. I don't want liquid blush. I'm not super big on cream highlighters. Yeah, cream's just not really my friend in a lot of ways, although my foundations are all cream, so I mean, it's not like I can eliminate the category completely. So the one thing that, well, I don't know if this counts either because I don't actually own any. I would have said contour because I don't contour. I just plain don't. A lot of work, a lot of fuss, a lot of muss, and I never look good doing it. With the cool undertones, everybody goes for more warm undertone bronzer and more of the grayish, cooler undertoned contour. Well, I'm already cool undertoned, so it just kind of doesn't really do a lot for me in that regard, and I'm certainly not going to put anything that's got a warm undertone as a contour because then I look jaundiced. So I would say that would be the first thing to eliminate, but I don't have any, so I guess I wouldn't start from scratch because I just wouldn't buy any. Okay, yeah, cream products, cotton. Honestly, brow products. I have a whopping 2 brow products at each house. And one of them is a pencil. And for years and years, I didn't have a pencil at all. I didn't really do my brows. My brows still actually had a lot of color. Now, I have had them microbladed, and I think I've said that before. And it is fading because it's been a little while since I've had it done and I need a touch up, and I get that. So I do use a little bit, and I've got the Benefit, the little silver tube, whatever that is now. So I use a little bit of that just to make sure that it does stand out, especially since I do wear more bold eye makeup. And then I do have a pencil. But finding a pencil that works for me and isn't too dark has been problematic over the years, which is the reason that for years I just didn't do it at all. So if I were going to have to start over from scratch, brows would be the category I'd pick. That's my final answer. Okay. That's pretty much all for me today. Like I said, short and sweet, hopefully. Not too crazy for me. So, give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Stick around and subscribe if you like my content, or me, or my puppies in the background, which I don't know if you can see them. I'll have to figure out in editing if you actually can see the girls or not. But any reason that gives you an excuse to subscribe, I'll take it. I'm good with that. I don't know anything else today, guys. Everything will be linked down in the description box in case you want to do this yourself, or so you can go check out Ava's original video, because I think she actually was really decluttering, where I'm not really yet. But there's a few things that are definitely on the chopping block. So until next time, see ya. Bye.